gentlemen, please stand.
Nah, I know what I did. Nah, yeah, that's what I probably did.
Alright, well, back at the property. Rented a truck. I'd like to get some gravel. But as you can see here, this is the open spot that I was at and had the other rental car, the red one, right here. Same spot, but look at this now. All of this foliage, and this is what I cleared out. There's a lot of grasses. The trees are not here, thank goodness, but the grasses have just grew tremendously. So this is the area that I mentioned last time where I was going to put the cabin. So I'm going to use the brush cutter of this machine right here to clear this area out and other areas, maybe paths through grasses that I want to go through. It'll reduce the number of deer ticks. So as you can see here, I use a brush cutter and cut down a lot of the grasses. Still got to do some more right over here. And continue to brush cut here. And I'm going to trim back some of these rose bushes also, which actually didn't do last time. But anyways, here's the, I think this is a pear tree. You can barely see it. It hasn't grown that much, but it has some leaves, and hopefully it'll survive. I'll take some of the weeds, most of the weeds out of there a little bit later on my trip here. And I continue to cut a path through here. Now again, this was tall grasses, and use the brush cutter to remove them. And here we are. And this is a cherry tree. I think it's a Stella cherry. Yes, it's a Stella cherry. And it's looking pretty reasonable. I think it needs water, but not too bad. I wish there was more growth, new growth, but you know, I'm pretty happy with it. We'll put some water on it definitely to help it out. But this is what the tall grasses look like before I used the brush cutter to clear this path again, as it was during winter. All of this was all down. And here's the gotta walk my way through the tall grasses here. And here's another Stella cherry. This one's doing better, it seems. I wish I had more growth, but not too bad. And continuing further, the last tree out to the south here, unfortunately this was a pear tree, and the orange label down there, I don't know if you could see it, but it says it's a comis. Unfortunately, this didn't make it through my planting. Perhaps because of the roots were a little bit dried out when I got them. That's what my thinking is. Might try to go back to the nursery and ask them if they can give me another comis. I'll show them some pictures of the dead comis. And so planted 8 trees last fall. No, this spring, sorry, in the spring, so April. And 8 of them, planted 8 of them, and 7 of them survived. Okay, there you see the road, and this is the drive into the property right here. And as you can see, there's a bit of a low spot, and it does get muddy in the springtime. It's a little difficult to get through. It's passable, but what I want to do, hopefully, is run a bulldozer and level it out, because this part right here is higher, a little bit higher than this, and just even it out a little bit more. And then I would like to purchase a gravel, maybe a dump truck's worth of gravel, and lay it on top, so the gravel bed is a little bit higher than the existing dirt here. Right now I'm going to water my fruit trees. Okay, you can see this is the meadow, and that's going, we're still in the meadow, but it's going back towards where I camp. And here is last fall, September I believe, planted fruit trees, 7 of them, 8 of them, and 7 of them actually are still growing. 1 of them died, but there's 1 of them right there with the cage around them. And they worked in the fact that deer haven't eaten the fruit trees. Hey there, I don't know what this is, but that is huge. Wow. Look how close this guy lets me get.